One of my friends has one of these Explorers and his AC doesn't work, so I figured I'd cover this. This is the AC compressor, and the original one took a dump. And these things have Teflon rings in them, and they call this Black Death when they kind of self-EOL and grenade and fly apart inside. Here's the compressor that came off of it. And here's some of the oil out of the compressor, and you can see that that's probably Teflon powder that's in there. And anyway, now the problem is the expansion valve is plugged, and this is what the expansion valve looks like. You can see it's got a filter screen, and it's in kind of a bad location. It's sandwiched, it's right in here, and I'm going in from the wheel well. Here's the tire, so you have to undo this and try and pull it out, and it's gonna be, I hope I can get it out. They usually, because of the pressure when they get plugged, they get forced down in there really hard, and the best way to go about it was to remove everything from the top. I'll show you what it does here. It just goes right down into a vacuum because nothing's getting through. So yeah, now I got a drain. I'm using propane to test it. It's because it's basically cheap. Now I got to drain all the gas out and open this up and hope I can get that. You can see it's cold here. It's getting wet. I hope I can get that thing out of here. This is in a really, really bad location. Here's how I get rid of the propane instead of just blowing it off into the atmosphere. This is essentially how plugged up that thing is. I got 50 psi on this side, 0 on this side because I got it open to the stove. And you can, there's barely anything coming through it. And this is why I ended up with about 8 pounds of refrigerant in this thing, because I kept adding refrigerant thinking it was leaking out, and actually it was just that thing, the restrictor plugging up. This has about a 30 thousandths restrictor in it. I think that's about what it is. And I would just keep adding refrigerant to build up more pressure, which would overcome this thing being clogged. So as soon as this gets down to 0, I've already got the nut loose. As soon as this gets down around 0, I'll open it. We'll see what's inside. Okay, you can kind of see the restrictor in there all coated with black shit. I'm going to see if I can get it out. In the past, I've had little luck getting these out because they get wedged in there from the amount of pressure. I was lucky on this one, and here comes the oil. I don't want to lose all the oil. I guess I could kind of stick that back in there for now. Let some of the oil run back into the other tube. But here it is. Pretty pitiful. Let me get the other one. Here's what it's supposed to look like. And here's what it looks like. What I've done in the past is just clean these up real good, put them in there, put propane in it, let it run. I mean, the system really needs to be flushed. really needs to be flushed, but since it's my car and it's a junkyard, a $15 junkyard compressor, and I'm trying to get it going real quick, just clean it up and run it through a couple cycles and then open it and clean this thing again. Let me see how it cleans up. The more I look at this, I don't even know if it's salvageable. I'd like to clean it up, and if the screen is good, run it for a half an hour with this one before I put the new one in. But this thing is, that's Teflon from the rings and the compressor. It's called Ford Black Death. I don't know why they used Teflon. Probably because DuPont or whoever makes it told them it was great. So finally, after scrubbing on it for about 20 minutes with some unleaded and a toothbrush, getting to the point where we can see light through it. So I think it's good enough to put it back in there and run it for a little while and let it catch the rest of the crap. Let me say this is not the appropriate way to fix this. The standard way to fix this is to replace the entire AC system, condenser, evaporator, filter, dryer, everything. Because this stuff is like glue. It's like Teflon glue. So this is the shade tree cheapo way to do this. You can see now we have good movement on the gas. We have about, I didn't put a whole bunch in it, but I got about 175 on the high and about 20 on the low. You can see we're forming some ice here. You hear the gas going through there. In fact, if I turn the car off, set this here. You can hear the gas going through there. You'll see it start to melt as the pressure goes up. I got some water. Yeah, I'm just trying to run it to help get any extra crap that's in the condenser into that filter strainer thing that's in there. Okay, this is a second go around here. You can see that we got another big clump of Teflon crap. In fact, it's covered almost, I don't know why this camera's not focusing like it used to. We got another clump of crap here. So this is the second go around after I ran it for a while with propane. So maybe clean it off and come on, you stupid thing. Run it through one more time. In fact, here you can see the crap. The Teflon shreds from the old compressor. I added 2 ounces of this 500 SUS ester oil using this oil injector, and I also put 1 can of butane in there and a little propane, and I'm going to drive it for a day and let it circulate, and then I'm going to clean the thing out one more time. I only really use this vehicle for off-roading and long trips, so I'm not too concerned about the longevity of it. If I get a year out of that compressor, I'll be okay with it.